What's going on, fellow gamblers? Welcome back to Straight Betting. Today is Thursday, December 4th. Coming at you with a little Thursday night football video between the Cowboys and the Lions. Should be a fun game. But anyways, guys, in today's video, I do have one official play, so I'll give that out. And then I do have a very, very strong lean that I'll also share. I think it actually has some ladder potential. Might end up on it, so I'll go through that as well. And of course, a little game breakdown. But before we get into the play, let's just do a quick little recap of the past Sunday. Of course, guys, I was traveling a ton, and also I'm kind of just more so in NBA mode, so it's not going to be long, but let's get into that. So as you guys can see, I was not lying. This is not going to take long. The two winners were kind of in correlation. Max Rosemer over 17.5 completions. I didn't watch any football on Sunday. Like I said, guys, I was literally driving back to North Carolina from Minnesota. So did not get to watch any sort of football, but Max Rosemer, he threw 4 picks and had 19 completions. Had 23 completions if you count the picks. But then TJ Hawkinson also went over pretty easily. Kind of thought he was going to be a safety blanket in a high volume passing game from the Vikes. So got those two right. RJ Harvey does not indeed get there. Wasn't very good on the ground against the Commanders defense that hasn't been great against running backs. Hasn't been good at stopping the run. So that one was a loser. We eke out a little bit of profit, and we're sitting pretty good on the year, but the past few weeks have not been great with the NFL. All right, guys. So my official pick for Thursday Night Football, it's going to be CeeDee Lamb over 25.5 on his longest reception. So, guys, honestly, this is like purely a props madness play for the most part, or like a hit rate play, I guess. But if we go to we can look at this year first, right? Obviously, guys, that Bears game is complete bullshit. I'm not counting that whatsoever. How many snaps did he play? He played 7 snaps, so 9% of snaps. If you just filter that out, it's not going to take much. He is over in 7 out of 8 this year. Has a 29-yard reception in 7 out of 8. His one miss was at 23. And guys, I do think that George Pickens and him just being a complete alpha is creating a lot of gravity, creating a lot of gravity and opening up a lot of stuff downfield. That's just kind of what happens. It's going to make you more efficient when you have good players around you, right? So I think that, that's definitely making a big impact. But anyways, guys, if we do 50% of snaps, right? And then we do games with Dak Prescott, where is good old Dak? There he is. And then we just do all time, right? Well, this isn't technically all time. This is the 23, 24, 24, 25, and then this year. So past 3 seasons. We can see, man, he's crushing this line, right? Over in 76.7% of games. That's 23 out of 30. We can also go over here, guys, over to the right? This is the game against Detroit. Yards per reception allowed, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for these, like a chunk play. We need one chunk play from CeeDee Lamb. Yards per reception allowed. The Detroit Lions are 30th, which, 32 teams in the league. That's 3rd worst in yards per reception allowed. And guys, why is that? Honestly, pretty simple answer, in my opinion. Lions, they run a ton of man coverage. So if Lions, they run man coverage at the 4th highest rate in the entire NFL. Man coverage, obviously, guys, zone is kind of like, slot guys, underneath stuff, things to that extent. Man coverage is you're probably going to allow a lower completion percentage, but you are vulnerable to giving up explosive plays. So that's why they are allowing such a high yards per reception. And guys, if we look at CeeDee Lamb splits, so CeeDee Lamb leads the Cowboys in targets per route ran against man coverage by a little bit of a decent margin against Pickens, even though Pickens is awesome against man too. But CeeDee Lamb, guys, on the year, he has a 19.2 yards per reception against man coverage. If you look at that against zone, he's literally only at 10.5 yards per reception against zone. So on top of that, guys, we get a dome game. That's always good for downfield passing. There's not going to be, at this time of year, right? We're in December. These dome games are going to have way more offense than these outdoor games, especially in fields like Cleveland or places like Cleveland and things to that extent. But yeah, I love that it's in a dome game. Obviously, Dallas does play in a dome. So, usually a lot of their games are in good conditions, but yeah, just throwing it out there, man. It's in a dome. I think that definitely matters. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to overthink this one. Amazing hit rate, amazing splits against man coverage. Detroit obviously runs a lot of man coverage. Detroit obviously gives up some explosive plays through the air. So really not going to overthink this one, man. This one honestly checks every single box for me. And yeah, let's go CeeDee. Just need one play, one explosive from you. Okay, guys, as promised, talking about the lean, I might upgrade this to an official play. I'm not exactly quite sure yet, but as you can see on the ticker down below, Tom Kennedy, I really like some reception stuff for him, man. I really, really do. So Tom Kennedy, guys, if you guys don't know who this is, I didn't know who he was either until last week. But Amon-Ra St. Brown's out, Khalif Raymond's out. He's a slot receiver for the Detroit Lions. So why do I like Tom Kennedy? Obviously, Tom Kennedy is clearly not like going to be your most skilled receiver in the world. So you want to attack a Tom Kennedy type guy. In my opinion, we probably don't have enough. We don't have enough data for sure to know, I guess, technically. But you want to attack like Tom Kennedy like guys against zone coverage. And Dallas, they run the third most zone in the entire NFL. Pretty much like all their drop back snaps are in zone coverage and things to that extent. So guys, Tom Kennedy's at 2.5 receptions. He had 4 against the Packers. That was obviously a good game script. Had 4 targets. He only had 8 average depth of target, and he had like 1 target that's kind of like weighing that higher. He actually caught like a 23-yard reception, and his ADOT on that play was probably 20 yards or so. So look, man, the reason why this is not an official, and I'll just keep it frank with you, is the Lions they didn't really like add anyone to like the practice squad or like the active roster that we know of quite yet. But guys, at the end of the day, like it is Tom Kennedy, right? Like, would you be shocked if some other dude from the practice squad just comes up? They do have like a dude named Dominic Levitt, who's a rookie slot receiver. Yeah, just like I don't know for sure if Tom Kennedy is truly going to be the guy. But here's the thing too. Ross Dwelley is their starting tight end. If you click on Ross Dwelley, he's a dude. This is his all-time thing, man. He's had one 10-yard receiving game in the last three years, right? He's not a receiving tight end. He's a blocking tight end. Even like Brock Wright's hurt, who's not a receiving tight end. Obviously, guys, Sam Laporta is hurt. So, guys, I really don't envision Detroit doing a whole lot of 2 tight end sets. I would think that they'd be in 3 wide a whole lot more than they're going to be in 2 tight end sets, just given the lack of tight ends that they have. So, yeah, man, I can't guarantee that Tom Kennedy is going to be the full-time slot guy, but genuinely, guys, like if he is against a team that runs a ton of zone, against the Dallas team that is probably going to put up points, this game's probably going to have a whole lot of offense. If you could guarantee me that he's going to be the full-time slot receiver here for the Detroit Lions, like, dude, I'd be shocked if he didn't get 3 receptions. I'd also kind of be shocked if he didn't get 4 receptions, to be honest with you, and you can get a pretty good price over there. So Tom Kennedy stuff, man, is very, very appealing for me. The last thing I do want to say too is like I said, I mentioned Dallas against zone, right? Isaac Tesla, he's like a downfield receiver. He's like a big-bodied guy. Typically, guys like Tesla profile is man coverage beaters and guys who don't really do much against zone, right? JMO is a wide receiver 1, and his line's at 83.5. And look, I really do like JMO, but at the same time, bro, like I don't know if JMO is like truly going to be like a guy who can scale his game up and just like have these monster games when people are out. I know JMO had a great game against Green Bay. I know, and I do really like JMO, but I don't know, man. He's a dude who has like he's had multiple 0 reception games this year. I don't know if he's some massive alpha that's going to command a ton of targets and things to that extent. So I really, really do like Tom Kennedy, man, and think that just like if you truly can guarantee me that he's going to be the slot guy, like I feel so good about him going over his receptions probably. All right, guys. So last couple thoughts I want to make on this Thursday night football game. First of all, the spread, guys. I don't know what you guys' take on the spread is, but I'm hovering over this right now, and I'm seeing Detroit's -3. And guys, like, why is Detroit? Honestly, why is Detroit -3? Why are they getting that whole 3 points? I don't get it. I totally get that they're a desperate team. So is Dallas. Dallas has looked really good the past couple of weeks, man. Like they just beat the Chiefs. They just beat the Eagles. They took care of the Raiders. Not saying that that's super impressive or anything, but they took care of business. It's worth something, right? Look, man. I think that Dallas is just a better team. Quinnen Williams has really, made this defense look halfway decent. It's not like great or anything, but yeah, this offense, man, this Dallas offense is just clicking. Javonte's running the ball well. Obviously, Lamb and Pickens are just 2 amazing receivers. So, yeah, I don't understand the spread, and that's like another thought that I have on this game. But with that being said about the spread, right? I mean, I'm sure everyone and their mother, every single casual like myself, is just thinking the same thing, right? So it's probably going to be Lions by margin. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it. As always, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Just being brutally honest, man. Like I am in NBA mode, so NFL volume, I'm keeping it really low. I'm trying to find like one spot on these primetime games that I really, really like, and then same with like Sundays. I'm trying to find like a couple spots that I just like really, really like, and I'm not looking to have these massive cards or anything. So yeah. With that being said, guys, appreciate all you guys tuning in once again, and I will catch you guys for NBA later today.